ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Very good. Prashant, you are every day joining late. That is not acceptable, okay? If next time you join late, definitely you will be blocked. Okay. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte sanhite kale, Samprapte sanhite kale, Nahi nahi rakshati dunkrunj karane. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Balastavat क्रीडासक्तः तरुणस्तावत् तरुणीरक्तः वृद्धस्तावत् चिन्तामग्नः परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न लग्नः। भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते गोविन्दं भज मूढमते। Very good. Now already Prashant has got. Now Yaswant also. Another fellow is going to come. What is called? So far has not come. Pranesh. Let Pranesh come so that once more I will give Archana to all of you. Okay. Last moment joining is not acceptable. Sorry, because I need to do this much, or else what will happen is, okay, 10 o'clock class. Let us get into. It is not going to the office because if the mind is agitated. If mind speeds up, you will not be able to understand anything. Everything will, pass over your head. That's why there is some time needed to stabilize yourself, to make yourself available for the class. Or else what will happen? Balastavata krida sakta. The verse is proper. As a child is what? Completely absorbed with reference to game, play, and the taruna, the young boy or girl, behind the young girl or boy opposite way or whatever, and the vruddhastavata chintamagna, the elderly person is again occupied with all worries and anxiety. In short, everybody is occupied. So in our life, if we are preoccupied, let us say preoccupied, this is a beautiful word, preoccupied mind. So if the mind is already preoccupied, nothing will enter. And that is what happens to all of us. When something doesn't happen, or you can say when there is no growth in you, because, please understand, in spite somebody said, Swamiji, I am putting all my effort, I am doing all these things, but I am not able to grow. What does it mean? That means your mind is preoccupied. A preoccupied mind cannot grow. Please understand. That's why in teaching system we make all these things. In fact, we are making this Guru Stotram to chant, because so that mind gets tuned, so that at least you are available for the teaching. This is the purpose of chanting. So chanting at least creates the ambience, creates some situation in your mind so that you are available for the teaching. Because if you cannot be available for the teaching when I am scolding, I am doing all these things and I am monitoring all of you on the screen. Please understand, each of your expression I am observing. Even though all of you are small, not visible, please understand my eyes moves everywhere. When I make a statement, what impact it creates on you, that also I am able to observe. And if it does not create impact, please understand, I hit carefully. And also I observe. Suppose I discover that, okay, you don't understand. Suppose I want to communicate some message for some of you, let us say, or one of you. And I discover that that doesn't enter. I make sure that it has to enter. Means, in short, you are completely being monitored in this half an hour. The mental frame that you are going through, the thinking process that is happening in your mind, I am monitoring here very carefully. That is what the teaching is. Teaching is not, reading sermons, you understand? That's not the teaching. Because my job is to hit you, to make sure that mind must not be preoccupied. Of course, I will, because mind being tender like a child. Please understand, you cannot hit the child. Once in a while you have to give chocolate, okay? And if the child is very demanding, of course you have to give more and more chocolate till that fellow is acquainted or addicted. Once addicted, give nicely, you understand? That is how you have to handle the child. There is no other choice. You cannot be too tough with the child. At the same time, you cannot be too lenient with reference to a child either. And especially this text is called Mohabudgara. Even though hammering is being done, I think this hammering is not entering. I think I have to be more stronger to hammer you all, okay? But doesn't matter, it happens, okay? See, there are two options for you, okay? Oh, to be very honest. There is, you happens to be bread. Please don't misunderstand me, okay? You happens to be here bread. There is a butter, there is a toaster. Tell me, what should you choose? Fast butter or fast toasting? This much only option I have for you, okay? If you choose, no, Swamiji, I am very difficult, I need some buttering. Fantastic. I am very happy with you. Because once buttering is being done, that means you become soft, the bread becomes soft. Then you need longer toasting. You understand? Once you put the butter on the bread, it needs longer toasting. The toasting time will be longer. And of course, if you go through fast toasting with less, because or else it will get burnt. So with the less toasting, once it becomes, then I will put the butter. So that means you don't have any other choice other than going through the toasting. Remember this, okay? Thank you. Enough today. Coming back. So basically, mind is always preoccupied. And that is how we have been brought up. That is how we have been looking at this world and ourselves. Nobody has taught us how to be available at that moment. Everybody says that you must do excel. Please understand, from your childhood. If you look at your parents, just remember, you recollect your childhood. What they don't look at you, why you are disturbed. They never try to understand what has happened to you. But why you are not doing this? Why you are not doing that? You understand? So that means nobody taught us how to be available at a given moment. Already naturally mind is occupied and they added their fuel. So when they added their fuel, then what happens? Definitely it becomes convenient for all of us to live, to remain in that way of thinking. That's why always your mind is preoccupied. And of course this modern technology is like, even though there are certain rules, but nobody follows. Like for example, a driver especially. Means when you are driving, you are that time a driver. Being a driver, you are not supposed to have cell phone with you. For example, okay? But what happens? You have your Bluetooth, you have a hand-free, you have all this technology to make sure that you should not be a driver. Now when the driver does not drive, a mother, a father, a frustrated person or whatever drives, then what happens? Accident has to happen. Because a driver never meets with an accident. Remember this life. A driver has never met with an accident. This is my clear understanding. If a person is a driver, cannot. But what happens? A driver becomes father there. A driver becomes mother. A driver becomes executive. A driver becomes this, that. Then what happens? That particular moment when you are not driver, definitely accident happens. So all these things happens again because of the preoccupation. So mind to be occupied, you need to occupy your mind, not allowing your mind to preoccupy. It's like preloaded, you understand? Nowadays it's called preloaded, new term, preloaded, everything is preloaded. So if it is preloaded, do you have any choice? Can you do anything? That's why now in new technology is coming, very nice. There's all this website is going to be what? With artificial intelligence. Because people are tired of this, static websites. It has to have some artificial intelligence. Because everything is preloaded. That's not fun, that's not right. That's why the sites, whether it is Amazon or other things, they are doing well because they are introducing this artificial intelligence some way or other. That's why they are clicking. So when the technology allows you to move, to make sure that you should not be preoccupied, please understand. Now what do? You don't use technology. In fact, mind is more and more preoccupied. And of course, a preoccupied mind is a confused mind. And of course, because of that reason, always a sense of regret, sense of loss, sense of pain, worries, anxieties, and everything. And being confused, what can the person do it? Let us read with this background the next verse. kāntā kastē putraḥ saṃsārō'yamatīva vichitraḥ kasya tvam kah kutā tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrātah Bhaja Govindam Govindam bhaja mudhamate Govindam bhaja mudhamate. The verse says beautifully, so that it becomes easier to understand through the verse. kāntā. So, who is your wife? Also you have to say, kastē puruṣah or swami. Who is your husband? You have to take both ways. kastē putra. Who is your son? kastē putri. Means who is your daughter? Let us take both, okay? Ayam saṃsārah. This is samsara, this creation, that which keeps changing. Atīva vichitraḥ. Strange indeed. Tvam kasyah. Means of whom are you? Kah tvam kutā āyātah. Where from have you come? Oh bhrātah, with lot of love, lot of care. The teacher says, oh dear brother, because once upon a time also I have gone through the same situation, don't worry. Oh brother, also you can say, oh sister. Then what happens? Iha tat tattvam chintaya. Iha tat tattvam chintayati. Think of this truth here. So when you look at this, please understand. And preoccupied mind, just I am taking the same thread. And preoccupied mind love to preoccupied. And because of the preoccupation, or the nature is always a preoccupation, let us say, definitely there is a sense of dependence. And that person loves to depend. That person needs something to hold on to. This is the truth, this is the reality. So now when you need something to hold on to, so here is a very fantastic explanation, but we can change this, don't worry. Of course I will be changing according to the context. Now time has come. So there everybody was family oriented. So what happens is, now you want to make your mind preoccupied. So with reference to what? Starting with your wife and husband. Because, or you can say your partner. Now you can change the word, okay? Partner. That's better word. See, wife and husband is gone. It's very outdated, okay? Old fashioned word, okay? So we can use the word. So who is your partner, okay? I'm sorry to say this word I have to use here, okay? So who is your partner? So why you want to depend upon? Please understand. Because mind is always preoccupied. And when a mind is preoccupied, definitely that time mind needs to, forget everything. So in order to forget everything for timing, you need a person where you can depend upon, what you call as where you can rely upon. You understand how your mind cheats you? In reality you depend upon, but you tell yourself, no, I rely upon, I trust. Yes, today you trust your partner. Tomorrow what happens? Where is your trust? You know better, okay? Let me not dig too much today. So that means it's very clear. When your mind is always preoccupied, to get out of that preoccupation for some time, what you call as to relax, to be as you are. That is what they say. I want to be as I am. How? Being with my partner. Of course, being with my child. So are you as you are, or again your mind is preoccupied? So he says, kastē, kāntā, kastē. Who is your wife? Who is your husband? Means in short, who is your partner? All is nothing but illusion. Kastē putraḥ. You are investing, because I am sorry to say, you don't spend time for your child. No parents spend time. I am sorry to say, this is the bitter truth. No parents spend time for their children. If any parents say, no, I am spending time for my children, please don't tell lie at least to me, okay? You are cheating yourself, please cheat yourself, absolute no problem. But at least don't tell lie to me. Every parents knowingly or unknowingly invest their time for their children. It is an investment. So when you are investing, that means what? Any investment, especially this, what you call, all this, what you call, where you put money, you do not know whether it come, all the bankers, the bond you buy, okay? That word I am not able to get it, okay, whatever. That bond, what is that? Is a disclaimer, okay? Subject to market risk, you understand? Because I am not able to. Subject to market risk. Any investment is what? There is a star. Subject to market risk. So also when you invest time for your children, that is subject to what? Market risk. So when market risk happens, why are you complaining? and saying that, look, I sacrificed my life for you. You understand? This is a wrong thing to look at. That's why, kastē putraḥ. Because after all, your son or daughter is nothing but your investment, remember? And of course, remember, ayam saṃsārō'yamatīva vichitraḥ. This creation is something very strange. What you call as your creation, in fact, there is nothing called your creation. Can you see? It is just mere projection. As long as you project, that person is my lover, that person is my wife or husband, that person remains your lover or husband or wife. I am talking about present generation, okay? Earlier days, 7 life, okay? Even if you know your stupid husband or stupid wife, still you continue because you don't have any choice. And which was good actually, to be very honest. I respect that. Because I have my own problem, okay? So however, coming back here, that as long as you project, as long as you consider that person is something or somebody to you that long, once you cut off, that person is nobody to you. That's why present generation is what? Use and throw. Which is very honest. Where from these Americans they come and destroy. This is American attitude. Because I remember, I can share this thing, this use and throw. First time in my life when we started getting, especially in the college days, we started getting this ball pen. So that was the first use and throw, okay? First when we got, we try to refill that, inside that one will be there. In fact, we keep changing. Then slowly, I remember first time when I saw that it cannot be refilled. I was shocked. I said, this is disaster. How is it possible? Once you want to do it, then after that you have to throw it. Mind did not accept it. Because for us, put the ink, do everything, the pen, what father was using, son also uses, you understand? Now if you look at everything is use and throw. Now our life has become use and throw. Please understand. And in your life, you use people and throw. And remember, the more you use and throw, time will come, you will be also used and thrown. In fact, the one who uses and throws also indirectly being used and thrown, but doesn't understand that is used or using. This is the problem. That's why what you need to do here is, ayam saṃsārā. This is samsara, this is creation, is really strange. Means you cannot predict. You have to be 100% alert with reference to creation, especially your own creation. You cannot take anything or anybody for granted. That's why what you need to do? You need to think of few points, few questions that is being created. Look, of whom you are you? And not only that, where from you have come? What is your origin? Means who are you? Where from you have come? You need to think of this point again and again. How? Please understand. As you know, in a vehicle, you need accelerator, you need a brake. Imagine, if the vehicle has got only accelerator, no brake, will you buy that vehicle? Forget about buying. Will you like to get into that vehicle? Even if you are best friend. The moment you come to know, yes, accelerator is there but no brake. Okay, thank you. You want to protect yourself. You understand? And moreover, let us say your vehicle has got that accelerating power, let us say 500 miles per hour. I am telling the best, okay? 500 miles per hour. What a speed. Fantastic. But no brake. What a disaster. That's why you can see in this automobile industry, you pay more money not only for the speed of the vehicle, also the brake system. As the vehicle moves faster, the brake system is also equally developed. All this disc brake, this brake, that brake, you know better. Power brake, what not. Because in emergency time, when you apply brake, the vehicle should stand, not slide. Can you see this point? This is how I check the vehicle. To be very honest, okay, nowadays I do not do, because once in a while when I take the vehicle, my job is, go in high speed and apply the brake to understand whether this vehicle is sliding or not. If the vehicle does not slide, that means a good vehicle. If it is little slides, sorry. Even if the best vehicle, best model, I am sorry. That's the truth, that's the reality. So coming back here, in your life, you are always speeding up with reference to many things. What is your brake? Have you ever strengthened your brake? Have you ever asked question to yourself? Remember this point. So when you start asking question to yourself, that is called your brake. Always you morning get up, you start asking question to others. You start questioning anybody and everybody, including God, okay? Why did you give him birth? If God started parents, who asked you to give birth? If not God, okay? Why this is happening to me? So you question everybody. As though God doesn't have anything to do, only creates problem for you. Like sitting uncle, okay? Because you did not take care of your uncle, so uncle is creating problem so that you will call him. Hey, God is not uncle, okay? Please, respect him as he is. Or as she is, makes no difference. However, coming back here, you need to create a brake system for yourself. And the more stronger the brake system, the mechanism of putting brake, please understand, the better stability of your vehicle called you here. So the stability comes in you, please understand. The stability it comes to you how much you apply, or how strong is the brake, not how much, how strong is your brake system. Then you can say, yeah, Swamiji, I know. That's why I ask all the time question every time to me, what is this, what is this? Hey, that is called depression, okay? Because the one who keeps pressing the brake all the time 24 hours means always parked, okay, never moves. We don't want that sort of vehicle either. Let the vehicle move the way it wants. But you should be capable of applying brake whenever is required. The moment you sense something, you must be able to withdraw. And this withdrawing is what? Ask yourself, hey, who are you? Where from you have come from? What is the purpose of your life? You can add few other points. What are you doing? Because the moment you ask the question, hey, what are you doing? You ask yourself, hey, what are you doing? Then what happens? Then and there, you should be able to stop your process of thinking, your process of involvement. Whereas when you ask the question that, hey, what are you doing? Mind says, no, I know what I am doing. All you want to do, that means what? Your brake is already failed. Brake is not working. The moment you ask the question to yourself, the vehicle, the thinking process must support you. I can understand, must support you. If the thinking process does not stop or does not support you, definitely it clearly proves that your brake system is not strong. In fact, there is no brake system at all. So what to do? That's why develop what? The next verse. What is the next verse? Let us read so that we will talk tomorrow. Sorry, we will talk after 2 days. Satsangatve nisangatvam nisangatve nimohatvam nimohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivanamukti Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja मूढमते गोविंदम भज मूढमते. More of it we will see on Monday. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.